very difficult, and it was really nice because we had some early adopters that really believe in what we're doing. I mean, what we're building has really never been done before in automotive tech. And
for us, we actually don't want Google to index our specific vehicle pages because
walking completely blind, we ended up getting into 15 dealers, 15 offices, and we got 13 yeses. And that was in the first day. That goes back.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Marketing on Mars. Today, we got two guests. They are the co-founders of HeyAuto. It is one of the fastest growing auto marketplaces in Canada right now, with over 2,000 dealerships and over 100,000 vehicles. And these are the two guys that built it. So very excited to have you both on, Brent and Brett. Not to be confused, they're two different names. They sound exactly the same, but they're different.
That's every day
for us.
Yeah, let's do like a quick round of intros. Maybe we'll start with you, Brent, first.
Sure.
Give us a little background on your story and maybe your how you founded HeyAuto. Start there.
Yeah, I'll dive into it. Lifetime entrepreneur, really. Right from an early age, I was always interested in running my own thing, always looking for a new opportunity. Took me on a journey to take a degree in new venture feasibility and basically entrepreneurship at its core. Learning how to decipher good ideas from bad ideas, get through that quickly. I started my first company in the natural foods product area. Grew that to a large commercial size, sold it, got into real estate, investment, development, learned a bunch of stuff in that arena. And then I was really diving into my roots, go back to my roots of new venture feasibility, built a product called the Rapid Feasibility Model, a way of iterating through ideas and turning them into great things. Turned that into 10 years of software build and development, multiple different applications, brought me on this journey. And the whole time I've been, longtime friends of Brett Jones and watching his journey, which I'll let him speak to, but, watching his journey through entrepreneurship and supporting each other in that way, and really saw value in creating that dynamic partnership. We both bring different things to the table, and the rest is history. And so I'll let him dive in.
Wow. So really this isn't your first rodeo. You've done a lot of business before, and now HeyAuto. Is it your third company now that you've started?
Yeah, it's more like the fifth, but yeah,
we won't count the other two.
Yeah, exactly. We started exactly. That's where you learn your lessons, right? It's good to learn your lessons. We started Vivid Theory together, which is the studio company that owns HeyAuto, and that was the culmination of the results of a few of our early stage ideas that we put through the Rapid Feasibility Model, and HeyAuto stood out as the clear winner. He's gone.
Cool.
He's gone. We got to get a chair that
and he's gone.
Quit. See you later.
Yeah. So
because he knows what's coming up after the intro. He knows what's coming. So
he saw the hot sauce out of the room.
Okay, Brett, your background.
Yeah,
you've also obviously you're the co-founder. So
yeah. So quick background on me. I come from an automotive background. I also been a studio drummer for 12 years, toured all over, played with some of the biggest names in music, and have a huge passion for that. But as far as working with great teams and building great product, I have a lot of experience there. So I focus on business development for both Vivid Theory, our umbrella company, and HeyAuto specifically. So my role is related to integrated partnerships and really scaling this brand and working with our sales and marketing team to develop the new technologies that we're working on in the automotive tech space. So Brent and I have been friends for a long time. We decided to partner up about 4 or 5 years ago and really take this thing to the next level with both Vivid Theory and specifically our product in HeyAuto right now. So exciting times for us, and ready to drink a bunch of hot sauce with you, Simon. Thanks a lot for this idea.
Let's before we dive into everything, like you mentioned, there is a tradition on the show. We're gonna start it off with a shot of hot sauce, and
right.
I'm gonna be asking you guys tough questions throughout the show just to figure out how HeyAuto grew to over 2,000 dealers. We're gonna get into all that, and whenever you can't answer a question, we'll just take another shot of hot sauce.
I
That
wish
is
I didn't pour myself such a full one to start.
that is a fat one. All right, so I got 4 hot sauces in front of me. I think I'm gonna go with a relatively lighter one today with a habanero.
Okay.
As you guys know, I told you guys before the show started, I had 2 podcast episodes yesterday, and I had this Carolina Reaper from Seattle that
So you're
that
doing
destroyed
this.
me.
You're doing this episode from the bathroom, then.
Yeah, I'm not going to show you what's underneath, but
yeah. Waist up, bud. Waist up.
all right, let's do this. So I'm going to shake
Cheers.
this to make sure I got the full thing.
This is an ounce of hot sauce.
Well, you gotta
If I puke and this goes viral, we're looking for a kickback. Cheers.
Cheers. Still spicy. Whoa.
Yeah, I got to fill mine up because I'm sure there's going to be hard questions here that I won't have the answer to. I'm the hot sauce person. He's not a hot sauce.
Is there anything with like a mango or something? What the heck, bro? Great.
Oh man.
Right.
Okay, let's dive into it. First, what is HeyAuto? I'll let one of you guys answer that question.
Yeah, I'll dive in. At its core, at the highest level, HeyAuto is an automotive marketplace with a two-sided SaaS platform. So we have a retail SaaS model where consumers can come in, load their vehicle, track everything in relation to their ownership of that vehicle, and stay in engagement with the dealership that they bought it from or a dealership that they would like to work with. On the other side of the SaaS platform, we have what we call our dealer portal, which is a set of integrated tools where they can stay in touch with their customer, but also provide ongoing marketing benefits to those customers in the form of reviews, planting trees here in Canada, or a number of other opportunities.
So what is the closest competitor that we all know of and that we can kind of, would it kind of be like a Craigslist or not really?
Yeah, like when you think about an automotive marketplace, like we built ours a little bit differently. Our focus was creating more of a modern approach to an automotive marketplace. If you wanted to compare it, something like Kijiji Autos potentially, we really try to make ours more of like the Instagram feel, though, more appealing to the mobile customer. And it's meant to be more of an ongoing engagement versus just a pure shopping experience. So it's there to provide the customer with the ability to track the value of their vehicle over time, re-engage with customers, look at re-engage as a customer with their dealer in market. So yeah, we
Right.
from that standpoint, there really isn't something like Glovebox currently on the market. It is kind of a unique offering. If you wanted to compare it to another industry, I would compare it closely to listing your place on Airbnb, for example, except you're not actually renting your vehicle. It's just a place where the digital representation of your vehicle and your ownership experience can live, and you can associate anything about that ownership experience to that glove box.
I see. So if I'm using HeyAuto and I want to buy a vehicle, after I buy the yes, obviously it's going to be a Lamborghini.
I like it.
It's the hottest one, the hottest car. And let's say I want to buy a Lamborghini, and I buy it after I finish buying it. All of my chat history with the dealer is there, so that in the future, if I ever wanted to sell a car, I might want to sell it back to the same dealership. Like that, is that the kind of idea that you guys are going for?
Yeah, let's go back for a second. I mean, traditionally, when you're buying a vehicle, what happens? You do a bunch of research online. You go on marketplace, you go on dealership websites. You're like, I like this. Do some comparative analysis, a lot of research on your own, and then you connect with the dealership. Right? You connect with the dealership. You come in. We're focused on building loyalty, a reputation, and consumer engagement long term for both our dealers and our consumers to have a more transparent connection. So
Right.
traditionally, you'd buy your vehicle, you'd go in, you'd do the deal, and then you leave the dealership. They see taillights, and from that point on, it's your put on a drip campaign, email. Come back and get your oil change. You might get an internal BDC department call you and give you some different offering. We want to build the utility. We've built the utility to allow the consumer to connect with the dealership and then actually have that vehicle put into their what we call our glove box, which is where their vehicle lives. The dealer can chat with them. They can give maintenance suggestions. The consumers can go in and get downstream automotive vendor parts, accessories, things that matter to them. So taking the buying experience of buying a vehicle and making it more transparent and more valuable long term for both the dealer and the consumer.
Okay, cool. Okay, that gives me a very good understanding of what
Absolutely.
HeyAuto is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So give us some stats. So I know 2,000 dealerships are now using HeyAuto because I've seen it. It's all over your guys' LinkedIn. Give us some other stats. Have you guys raised some money? How many consumers on the consumer side? How many people are using the platform? Do you have any stats that you can share to give us a sense?
Yeah. I'm getting the finger pointed at me.
I'm not saying shit.
I must be the stats guy. We better fill his hot sauce bottle up again. Yeah, so I mean, from a consumer standpoint, I can say this: our go-to-market for the fully launched product was in August, so we're very excited about that. We've been pushing a modest marketing campaign since then, while we've been working through early stage launch, and our target is up 800% over the last two. Our target retail audience is up 800% over the last 2 months. So I can say that for sure. We are pushing thousands of unique visits to the platform every day, and we're seeing a lot of authenticated users coming through the platform that are loving the experience and are loving the ability to have this digital place to store your vehicle or store your information related to your vehicle. I mean, I think from my own ownership experience, originally I didn't have a background in automotive before I created this product with Brent and our team. And I also want to shout out our team. I mean, too often the founders get the credit for what we do, but I mean, we couldn't do any of it without the team. Building a team is a huge part of the software business. We're the hardest part. Yeah, we really believe in that. So, getting back to it, through my automotive personal journey, there's lots of times like you get a warranty from your dealership. Well, where does that live? Is it in my actual glove box somewhere? I don't know. Like, it would have been great to have that so I could call for it on reference. If you get a repair done on your vehicle, okay, you get a receipt that's sitting somewhere. Well, you take a picture of it on your phone in the modern world. But how do I call for that when I need it, when I'm going to sell that vehicle? I want to show somebody that I've, got new winter tires recently. I want to have that stored against my vehicle. So that this reporting and this like storage of everything related, whether it be your digital driver's license or the receipt for the most recent purchase you made on your vehicle, there's a lot of value in creating that SaaS model for our retail customers. And it's a free service for them to use. So it's a great way for consumers to start to engage and create more meaningful relationships with their dealer partners.
Cool. Brett, you might want to scooch it in a little bit in the camera so we can get you. But
a couple of big guys trying to share a screen. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I missed that number. So it's about over 10,000 users. You think thousands of users?
We have thousands of users a day.
Hot sauce? Is it hot sauce time?
It's like hot sauce.
All right, let's do it hot sauce. Okay, all right.
Oh, we beat you to it. Oy. Oy.
Oh. This might be my last episode, guys. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to do another one.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, pizza subs next time.
Okay, so I heard you guys also raised a little bit of money. When was it, and how much did you guys raise?
We've had 3 separate fundraising rounds. Right from our earliest friends and family round. And then most recently, we kind of had another add-on round that we closed in the early part of 2022.
Right. And so what's the total amount that
Total
you
amount,
guys have raised so far?
5
Yeah.
million. Yeah, it's approximately 5 million total.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you guys are definitely avoiding the hot sauce there.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to do.
It's
Gotta
all
get
publicly
everything.
available. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, building something as big as HeyAuto is, it takes a lot of upfront capital, and that's something where, again,
For
our
sure.
investors and the belief in building something transformational for a legacy kind of industry like automotive tech is something that takes that level of investment, and their dedication to the ongoing belief in what this is going to be and what it is already is something we're very proud of, and our
Yeah.
investors are super important to us, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. So let's dive into the meat of everything. Marketing on Mars. We're going to talk about marketing.
Marketing.
Right.
Let's go.
So I see two sides to this, and maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong at any point. There's a dealership side, right? You got to get the cars, and then you also have the consumer side. You got two sides here, two-sided marketplace. Let's talk about the dealership side first. How did you guys acquire 2,000 dealerships? What was the strategy there? And just let's go through the main tips, the main, maybe two or three main tips. Yeah.
It's really, really, really hard, Simon. It's very, very difficult. First thing you have to do before you get the dealerships to say yes, you have to go out and get the integrated IT providers that want to feed you that dealership's data and have permission to do so. And there's hundreds of those, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to those relationships and say, hey, we're going to be contacting this dealer. If they approve to send us the data feed of the inventory to put on our platform, is that okay with you? What contracts do we need to get in place? So that was A1. While we were building just the marketplace side of our business, that was my role, was working with our team to go out and put those relationships and put those IT contracts in place. So that was A1. Once we had that, it was clanging and banging the phones. The problem is there's only a small number of people at a dealership that can give you the permissions to actually get that data feed and actually approve that. So it was first getting the list of all the dealers in Canada, both independent and franchise dealers, building that into our own custom built CRM, and then making those phone calls and getting that pitch across the table of why we're different and why you'd want to participate on our platform long term.
Yeah.
Timing wise for us, and this is important because it's a barrier to entry. We were going to market with this part of our offering, which was accessing these dealers and accessing this inventory, was right when COVID hit. So it was a unique opportunity for us because, all the business closed. Dealers were still considered essential. So they were open, but their business model was changing. People weren't coming into the dealership. They were having to adjust their business model. So getting the decision maker on the phone that potentially wanted to participate in a different style of digital offering in the automotive tech space was a little bit easier at that point. And that was a very small window. So we doubled down on our team, on our marketing team, on our build of our video, on our assets, and our sales team. And we said, we have to go really hard right now because we don't know how long this COVID window is going to last. And when it's back to business as usual, you're not going to get these decision makers on the phone as easy. So that's how we did it. It was an incredible amount of work. And again, kudos to the team that we just pounded really, really hard, and we got through. So that was a huge way that we were able to then go to the next phase of our build and our business. So that was it.
What's the largest franchise group? Like, how many dealerships do they own? I assume that one franchise.
Yeah, Auto Canada. We have the majority of the largest automotive groups on our platform. Auto Canada, Dilawri, these folks. So there's quite a spread. There's about 3,200 franchise dealers in Canada, and we have a large portion of them outside of Quebec.
Wow, amazing. And was it hard acquiring the first, usually the first 10 customers, even the first 5 are the hardest, especially when it comes to the B2B world, because you're selling to other businesses, sales cycles are long. Was it really difficult getting that first 10 or 5 or 10?
course. Yeah, they're like, who?
No,
are you?
it wasn't.
Yeah,
It was easy.
We called them and they're like, we've never heard of you. This is awesome. Let's do it. No, of course not. We had to go. That's like the hardest pitch. I remember when we hit like 5,000 pieces of inventory. I'm just pigeon chesting. I'm like, we got 5,000 cars. This is so huge. When we're really just a drop in the bucket. So that was, it was very difficult. And it was really nice because we had some early adopters that really believe in what we're doing. I mean, what we're building has really never been done before in automotive tech. And now that we connect with some of the large IT providers and people that are wanting to partner up with us in our offering, they see that and it validates, our vision and what we wanted to accomplish. But it was a tremendous amount of work. And yes, those first 10 were very difficult. Yes.
Yeah. Hard conversations.
What was needed? Let's say I want to operate in this similar market, maybe not exactly as what you guys are doing, but I want to reach out to I want to reach out to other dealerships. What is required to sell to them? Are they more visual? Like you got to prepare a lot of different visuals and stuff like that?
Yeah, like I think from a purely marketing standpoint, you got to be obviously well prepared. I think some of the mistakes that potentially tech founders make early on is just like the overkill. You got a very small window to talk to people. Our product's unique because we're selling a really high tech product to maybe not as technical a user. So like simplifying the offering in a way that is digestible is always a challenge. And that's something that that marketing really plays a factor in. Doing that right is a challenge, right? Doing it in a way where it's like, hey, all you got to do is watch this 30-second video. Trying to book busy dealer managers on like a demo call for 30 minutes or an hour would have been death for the business, right? Like they're like, give it to me in 30 seconds. Let me see if I even care. And then let's take a 5-minute call. And if it's worth further discussion, then let's sit down and actually talk. So I think from a marketing standpoint, the approach when you're dealing with very busy, potentially non or less technical users of the products, you really just have to be like, just set the hook.
This is what you care about.
This is the only thing you care about right now. It does a bunch of things. It does 30 or 40 different things that you probably will see value in eventually. But what can I just get you to say yes to right out of the bat? Like what matters to you right now, and what can we do really well for you right away? So I guess that's an important lesson. If new founders are looking for a way to like really approach their customer, just pick one thing. I know you're passionate about what you're doing, and you wouldn't be there unless you were. But if it's you gotta just you gotta look at it from the lens of your market and say what's gonna hit them. They don't know me at all, and they don't know how hard we've been working. So why would they care right now? You got to give them something digestible. 30 seconds.
Interesting.
In and out.
That's good. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Get in and get the hell out of there.
So that's the deal. So that's the dealership side. It's a lot of branding, sales calls, right? And did you guys have to go and meet them in person as well, like the decision makers, or
early
just
ones?
Mostly
Actually,
just phone calls.
It was really funny, a little anecdotal story. Brent, actually, before we did anything, Brent sent me out with a piece of paper of what we were planning on doing. And I had to go hit as many dealers as I could. And I had to try and get into the GM's office with this offering and pitch them with no appointment or no phone call or anything, just walking completely blind. We ended up getting into 15 dealers, 15 offices, and we got 13 yeses. And that was in the first day. That goes back to our whole feasibility of like, do we have something? Will we have? If we do this, would you? Right? And we got those yeses, and that was very, very early stages. That was before build or anything. But in the first few meetings we did, but most of this was done, again, accessing the right person. If you couldn't get the decision maker on the phone to do a really soft, 30-second pitch, don't waste the phone call. Get on with a sales guy and show him so that he can be a advocate for what you're offering after the call. So like different avenues, we went through every angle from salespeople to receptionists to you're pitching somebody. If you're not pitching somebody, then it's a wasted phone call. So at least plant that seed, and then again built the really valuable marketing assets to go along with that. Pop it in their inbox and let them come back to you.
So it sounds like, Brent, you're more of the product guy,
Yeah.
and Brett,
Does
you're
it
the
sound like
sales.
that?
Is that what I'm getting? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah. Is that pretty sales guy over here or what?
I do product and
Yeah, that's-
solution and a lot of the kind of corporate governance work, right, as CEO here.
super important though, right? You don't want to have two sales guys. Then who's going to build the product? Or if you got two product guys, who's going to do the sales, right?
What you do
So
is
it's
you'd end
a
up
good
just getting two
marriage.
guys high-five each other.
Yeah, you don't need two guys bro chest bumping about a sale during the day. You need one guy to be like, "Hey, you go handle that, and I'll make sure the company's ready." I'm the bro chest bumper.
No. Yeah, love it. And then, okay, so that's the dealership side. We dove into that quite a bit. Now you got the consumer side. I assume that is a little bit harder. What was the go-to market strategy for the consumer on the consumer side of things?
It's a trade secret. Do you
Yeah.
want to tell them?
I don't know. No, of course. Yeah, no. It's actually we have a really complex marketing system. A lot of energy goes into our internal marketing team. When we talk about our go-to-market product, when Brett's saying we work on channel partner deals, our sales team works on direct dealer relationship sales, and our marketing team's focus is retail customers into platform. We have 12 different verticals within a marketing plan that we attack. Everything from PR to outbound reach to social media marketing. So everything needs its own product plan, and within each one of those verticals, there are unique strategies for approaching each of, for example, social media. There's a unique strategy for each one of those, high velocity social media channels out there. So it's a complicated beast running a marketing program with a small team.
So do you guys do a lot of, are most of your PR paid or unpaid at this point?
Yeah, like we have a paid PR program. We've focused in previous years with unpaid. But one of the things that, again, like if you want to know a marketing secret, a trade secret, one of the things that you really need to do is set a baseline of high authority score news for what your product does. It's going to teach the search algorithms out there on the web who you are as a product. It's not enough to just say we do this, we have a great landing page. You also have to teach the web as a whole what your product focuses on, and the best way to do that is with high authority news and PR sites.
Yeah, and so you try to get on more auto specific sites, right? High authority. So SEO is a huge focus for you guys, SEO and PR.
SEO, yeah, we have a if you dive into SEO, that's another interesting one. Large platform SEO is kind of a black box. Understandably, Google's never going to give out the trade secrets to like how to rank for large platform SEO. Building a small site, a marketing site with 30 pages, for example, like you can make feedback tweaks on the fly and see real-time feedback of like how you're ranking and how the impact of a story or new content you're creating is affecting your page rankings. With large platform SEO, like when you have, in our case, hundreds of thousands of pages being indexed by Google, it is a completely separate thing. It's a completely different methodology. There are very few people in the marketing world that understand it, and even less in marketing SEO. So something we have an expertise in now as a marketplace experts. But there are like literally probably 100 unique things that you would need to know that are different.
That you have to do,
that are different than small platform SEO. So things you don't have to factor in when you're a small platform is crawl budget. Like Google only gives so much crawl budget until you have traffic to match what the size of your platform. So
absolutely,
indexing large platforms can be a challenge. Don't want to go too far.
Is there like a X? Because obviously, when you have over like hundreds of thousands of cars, that probably exceeds your crawl budget, right? Like, is there like a X number? Like after you pass X number of pages, then it's like we're not going to crawl anymore. What's the rule for crawl budgets?
It's a black box. Like it really depends. It's a ratio that they set depending on how much site traffic you're getting to the amount of URLs. But some platforms, if they don't understand it, could run into traps where they're just running away with indexing. Like technically, we could index millions of URLs,
Yeah.
but Google
Yeah.
would get around to crawling that every 9 months. So if you make a change to the platform, they're not going to see that page for like a year, right? So how are you supposed to impact SEO if you don't have the crawl budget to match? So one suggestion I would give to anybody building a marketplace is like, don't
Don't do it.
Don't do it. No, it's hard. It's hard, but like leak it out, like leak out your indexing slow, right?
Yeah.
Make sure that make sure that Google sees you for who you are and as an example, and that you're, using maximizing crawl budget for the pages that are important to you out of the gate.
One thing that I've found from talking to other SEO gurus, and I would love to get your take on that as well, is when you have so many pages, focus on the category pages, because the category pages will rank. Because Google will always crawl those pages first, and forget about all the individual pages, because those might not even never get seen. What are your thoughts on that as a tip?
Yeah, I would agree. I guess to define it, right? Like every marketplace is different. Automotive market is special because catalog pages, what you're talking about is like high search result pages.
Right.
Yes. What we call vehicle detail pages are the individual vehicles that are being sold. The issue is vehicles get sold quickly, right? Let's use a different example. Let's say you're Best Buy or a shopping marketplace, right?
Yeah.
You want those specific detailed product pages to index on Google because you might be selling that product for 2 years, and you're just restocking that exact product into a cart. So like it matters. You'd want that page to index well, so someone could find that specific item that on the catalog. For us, we actually don't want Google to index our specific vehicle pages because we are just redirecting that traffic back to main search, because by the time Google indexes it, cars sold, it's not there, the page doesn't exist, and then we're using like technology, SEO technology, to find the best way to route that traffic. So we prefer not. So yeah, we focus a lot on catalog, but even within catalog, it's about speed, right? It's all it comes down to is speed. So compromise, right? Do you want your site to load fast, or do you want to put on,
video content,
400 widgets that like provide better value to your customers? So like, finding that balancing act when you're pushing a lot of data. In our case, we push a lot of data to the front end through our search results. That's a better consumer experience because they're able to access everything at their fingertips related to that vehicle without going in a page depth, right? We love that. Yeah. We love that as like a value for our customers, but there's a compromise there with speed. So it's just this continuous balancing act. And how you build better is you increase your technology, right? Like you really have to focus on like the hyper precise technologies that make those incremental changes. When you get it, like, I guess, I got away from your question a little bit, but when we're talking about SEO, on large platform, a lot of it comes into technical SEO. A lot of it
for sure,
like working on those minute changes.
Yeah. Well, sorry, Brett. 2 SEO guys, we can nerd out about SEO for like hours.
What does SEO mean?
What is SEO?
Sounds important.
Just a small part. Okay, so you got PR, you got SEO as consumer marketing channels, you got outbound, and then social media. What are the main social media channels for you guys?
Yeah, like what we focus on a lot is, kind of the big 4 in Canada. We do Instagram, we do LinkedIn, we do Facebook, right? We're doing TikTok.
TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. TikTok's kind of a wild one for automotive. So it's, we're just, you got to have a different approach for each one of those channels. Different demographics are using different.
All right, talk to me about Instagram, LinkedIn versus like what kind of content do you have to make for each platform?
Well, yeah, like those are kind of relatively easy. I mean, LinkedIn is, business to business primarily, or people job hunting or talking about the professional career. So you want to be more focused on like really benefit a product for the business consumer or what you're doing to make an impact. Instagram is, geared more towards the recreational consumer, more leading towards female audience. So you want to be you want to hit it more from the heartstrings. If you're talking about your core benefits, like one of our products is Keys for Trees, which is a charitable give back for signups on our platform. We plant trees here in Canada for user engagement. So we really promote that product on Instagram because that's going to resonate with that target audience more. When we're pushing to LinkedIn, we would push more of like a demo advertisement of dealer benefit through the dealer portal as an example. That would be more of a commercial style application for LinkedIn. So yeah, different types of storytelling, and all of that has to be.
What about TikTok? What do you find works for TikTok?
Just silly, just do something silly, fun stuff. Yeah, man.
Just gotta be stupid.
We keep it pretty light. We did what was a fun one. The marketing team would make some ridiculous blend of hot sauce and food and ice cream sandwiches, and I'd have to guess.
I'll join the next one.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's right up your alley. You'd love it. Yeah,
right up my alley.
We keep it fun. We keep it light. There's some marketing potential, especially what Brent was just mentioning in things like our Keys for Trees campaign. We're partnered with One Tree Planted, and we're focused on gamifying our site in a rewards-based way to allow people to gain rewards and plant trees in different jurisdictions across Canada, and then onward from there. So things that people really care about moving forward, and I think that stuff tends to hit hard with our target audience, which is
TikTok is like live storytelling, really. Like the more people you can get engaging with on TikTok, you're gonna have better viewership there. So anytime you can humanize it with TikTok, that means more. That's kind of like the best. If I was gonna go high level, I would just say that like TikTok, you're shooting first person stuff. LinkedIn, it's more like behind the camera sort of stuff, right? Like you're always showing product, you're showing you're speaking to what's happening in the industry. And then TikTok, it's got to be personal. It's got to be human. And why a good example would be interviewing someone on the street about like what they didn't like about their car ownership experience previously, right? That would do well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, awesome.
It's frozen.
Well, got one more question for you guys. What's your what's the cost? What's the cost of acquisition for one of your?
You
could be as let's do a hot sauce. Hey.
Cheers. All right, I got the hotter one.
Okay, hold on.
It's gonna be rough.
All right.
Cheers, Simon.
Thank you.
Okay. Before we end off, tell us what to expect from HeyAuto in the next, say, 6 to 12 months. What are the next milestones? What are the next kind of big things rolling out?
Massive partnerships underway, and then expansion likely out of here at home in Canada with our entire ecosystem offering. So we're looking to partner with some really great companies that we're currently under NDA with, everything from finance to other things, through Glovebox to provide a tremendous amount of value for consumers to live there and for dealers to be able to engage with them.
Yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of us on socials. You'll be seeing a lot of us on the news, lots of ads, lots of public visibility. So, HeyAuto's about to reach out. So, yeah, we can't wait to see what next year.
Hopefully we get a lot of views from this episode. We did a total of 4 shots of hot sauce. So
it's not so bad.
Hey, yeah, not too bad. But thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to join the podcast, and really excited to catch up in the new year and see where you guys are at then. Maybe by then you guys will be well into the, maybe even millions of cars on your platform. Who knows?
Yeah. I like it.
The big M.
That's it.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for having us on.